You will hit the like button and you will subscribe. Traders, as you guys can see, I have on my Jedi robe, but it's a little too late. It's a little too late, and unfortunately, the damage has been done. Revenge of the red trades. And, mm, yesterday, after being down 450, our only goal today was to have a smaller red day, right? Literally, the bar was set pretty low. Hey, at a worst case scenario on Friday, have a smaller red day than you did on Thursday, and we managed to, completely botch and fail the mission. Now, with that being said, it was a pretty controlled day. It was a day where we followed our rules. It was a day where we gave it a good shot. But the momentum, the momentum was tricky, choppy, and on top of that, I didn't really stick around. And so if there were other afternoon opportunities, I've missed them. So as you guys can see here, the stocks that I've traded: OKYO, UUU, INZY, SPRC, IBIO, and lastly Bed Bath. Now, Bed Bath was a quick trade that I took, attempting break of two. It didn't quite get over the level very well. It dipped down, and as it held its levels, I got long. Let's see here, right in this area. In fact, let's get my EpiPen here going. I got long right in this area, and it ended up being a pretty decent, move to the upside, but nothing special. Only about a 10-cent opportunity in there. We had one winning trade and then one losing trade, and so we were net 40 bucks. Moving on, stock. Let's get back to position. IBIO, and again, as mentioned, if we did see opportunities in the afternoon, I would have missed it, and we did. So, and I had this message on YouTube yesterday talking about, opportunities coming around 12, 1, 2 p.m. Not quite power hour, but, between that area of 1, let's say 12 to 2 p.m. And I knew that, but, had other things going on, and it seems like I'm going to miss another beautiful move here. If I'm here for this, I probably do very well, is my guess. We break VWAP at 60, let's say, yeah, around 61 or so at the time. And it curls up nicely here. Beautiful baby pullback in here. And then it just continues going, that slight dip and then rip. So really good to see that. But even after this, is not great. What we want to see right here is an ABCD and then continuation, right? Can we double bottom and then curl to the upside instead it breaks to the downside of the channel, and it's not looking very good. But nevertheless, from 58 up to 99 is pretty good for opportunities. The trades that I took, and we can put on the show trades here. Why not? It'll make it a little easier on us. So I attempted it as it curled up here. You can see I missed the first big green candle, but watching at it, first 1 minute candle to make the new high at 77. I'm in, but I'm out a little early on the trade. We had a high of 84. I'm out at 79, but the volume wasn't really continuing into the move, right? So we had a hesitation. I came out, but even for this type of stock, we had a low 43. It'd have been best to be in somewhere on one of the lows of these candlesticks, selling into the high, rather than to even be taking the 1 minute candle here. That way I can hold the trade longer and scale out, as you guys will sometimes see on the channel. All right, let's go back to small Jedi here. Small Jedi, there we go. The force is strong with this one here today, guys. There's been a disturbance, but in no time in no time next week, as you guys may know, or if you don't, the markets are closed on Monday. So we'll be back on Tuesday. It's Washington's birthday here in the state, which is a federal and national holiday. And so Tuesday we'll be back. So enjoy the extended weekend. All right, let's move on. INZY down $79. This one I attempted with small size and got chopped around. I'm in at 310. I'm watching it as it's holding above 3,305, and what I liked about it was that at this point in time, it was one of the only stocks making a move. And so I thought it had potential here to, essentially open up. But we got stuffed, man. We got stuffed pretty bad around 310, and despite having a really good 1 minute pullback here with a nice bottoming wick at 3, it still failed right here. It still failed and came back down. So, a little disappointing to see. And I did buy the pullback here, but I bought it early and I bought it high. And so instead of being in it like 303, 302, I'm in at 308 and I'm stopping out here as this candle comes down lower at 301, essentially stopping out where I should have been buying. And I hate saying that. I hate saying that with a passion. But you guys know, when you're in this order of trading, there is no room for anger and rage. The true master trader stays diligent and keeps control. And so when these type of trades happen, we don't get upset about it. We just move on. We take the lesson and we continue pushing forward. So yeah, instead of being in at 3 and selling up here around 15, like I should have been able to, I took a losing trade. And sometimes it's that simple, right? With 800 shares, it's not the world of size, but it's literally $160 turnaround. Instead of red 79, we're green 80 or 100 or something like that. All right, moving on to the next stock, OKYO. And at this point, when this particular stock came on the scan, I was down 245 on the day, and I wasn't really sure about it, but it was moving, so I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. We had fair volume, right? Volume was fair. We're pushing about 200,000 a share, 200,000 shares of volume here, and so it wasn't bad. It could have been a little bit heavier in volume, but still decent. And we went from a low of $2 essentially, right? 266 to 7. So it was a pretty powerful move, but strange price action, bigger spreads, and every trade I took on it was a losing trade. It was 0% accuracy essentially is how I felt, despite a small winner here, and it's 72 out of 77. Uh, this one, let's see. Let's pull up some let me pull this off screen. Let's pull up some videos here. Videos. Let's get today's live stream. And let's just take a quick look at how this stock was moving. All right. So we gotta skip ahead. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a resumption. We can watch it. Let's see. Did it get locked in? We might have had a false halt a couple of times. And I actually saw this one on E-Trade, which is pretty unusual. Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up here. There we go. So as I pulled it up, it's at 553. And again, we had a high of $7. So there was enough. There's a buyer in there. This trade I was a little disappointed of. As I pulled up the stock, I'm doing some quick analysis to make sure that it's good. So I don't have my hand on the buy button right away. And, I am going to miss a trade here. There we go. That buyer is going to come in at 33. And look at how immediate it is to see, the push. 33, 39, 33, 33, 33. There it is. Boom. The spreads were already big, though. We had a high of 47 on the spread. So, it's a little tricky. If you're trying to get fills in the bid right there, it's near impossible. The issue I'm going to make here is that the buyer is going to walk up the ladder at 44. All right. And I'm going to attempt to buy, but it's going to happen in a situation where I look away from the level 2. Right here, I'm not in already because I was trying to anticipate a breakdown. I was trying to anticipate a breakdown below the buyer, right? If we drop below 33, well, none of these colors are really working well. Maybe blue. Yeah, if we drop below 33 and, we flush down maybe 25 or something, I would have been long. But, didn't want to be too aggressive, too high. But the buyer is going to walk up the ladder here. And the split second of me looking away, also with the bigger spreads, is going to be costly. So I'm going to be in all the way at 570. So here we go. There it is. The order moves up to 44, 18,000 shares. So this person is being very aggressive. They're trying to get filled. You know, you're looking away, man. Sometimes it happens. What you're going to do, you check the charting and, things like that. You look back down in that split second, the move is happening. And so pay attention to the spreads. 45 by 68. A lot of times it's not coincidence why we'll have a hard time. And so when I notice it and I'm like, oh, I need to be in, I hit market and, we're already so extended and big in the spreads here. I got filled at 72. And immediately after seeing that, not all the times I'll check my fill, but in this case I do. I looked right here quickly. Once I see 72, nothing else matters. I'm like, I'm in too high. I need to get out of this and just take whatever loss there is. Because the trade itself was to try to be in at 50, selling at 72. And now I'm buying where I should be selling. The other way, the last example, we were selling where we should be buying. It's, I tell you, trading. So this is what happened on the first trade. We're down 128, and this is with 900 shares. Imagine I'm using 2,500, 3K or something, The days are going to come again where we're using that type of size. So we'll need the stocks to be good. Right here, I'm thinking it's going to get halted 84. So I'm just wanting to see the halt, and then I'll watch the resumption trade. But it's going to false halt a couple of times, I believe, if my memory is correct here. By the way, for those of you who are Star Wars fans, let me know down below. You guys know that I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I love those shows, movies, franchises, well, however you want to describe it. So we had a false halt there from around 90 and it drops down here to 33. The low of the candle there is at 30. And I didn't want to try to buy the low until it priced in the low. Now the question is, are we going to come back to retest those lows? And I don't think this one ever did. And see how fast we go from 44 up to 54 and then 60 on the bids. And so it's like, if you're not already in this low at 40, you've already missed the trade. Here we go. It's hitting 95 on the ask. So now, Relentless, why did you not take this pullback? Well, I'm being a little bit more cautious. I'm not trying to buy the weakness as it's flushing down to buy the falling knife. But I more so want to see, and this is a sharp pullback from 99 halting, from 99 false halt to 70 on the bids, 80 on the bids, and we drop down to 30 right there. So it does it hesitates a little bit. There's 33, so there's a chance to be in some sort of size, maybe 1,000 shares or more, but not super obvious and drawn out, and so there's no time to accumulate. For people who might have missed the stock here, the red candle is where they're going to get a chance to accumulate consolidation. But when we just come down so fast and bounce, if you didn't take a small position, a starter or something, you missed the trade already. And that's what happened to me right here. And to see it go from 30 back to 99 so quickly, I know that I missed 40 cents. So right here, I'm not aggressive because in the stock getting back to $6, it kind of is extended. So I'm not aggressive for the break of the highs. So I left certain trades on the table. If I can guarantee you guys, if it lingers a little longer down here and I'm in it, let's say 38 or 40, let's say 40. If I'm in at 40 and I sell, you guys know I'm selling early. I'm always my paper hands. I'm selling fast. Let's say I'm selling 75 or 80. If I didn't hold the entire thing to 99, best believe right here I'm getting back in. But because I'm so out of whack with the stock, I'm not getting to connect. I in turn opt not to take the break of the whole dollar, thinking maybe it might need another pullback. Right? So we get a bottoming wick and right here it just surges over 6. There's 6 on the ass, 610, 618. That's an easy trade to take if I wanted to, but well, actually, let's not use the word easy because the word easy doesn't really exist. But let's say common, frequent. That's a trade that I will see frequently here in the markets. Nothing is easy, so we have to always be careful how we use the word easy. But we see the spreads 22 by 35, and it's trying to get halted, but then no bids are coming in. And so right here, it's like I'm just, on my heels. I'm on the defensive. And, you know, for break of six, maybe I could have been more aggressive to potentially make that 10, 15, 18 cents. With this type of trading here, it's difficult trading to try to be in now as the halt level's getting pushed up and extended. There's a huge spread at times too. So yeah, guys, that's how OKYO went. And, you know, again, the high was $7, and after that, that was pretty much it. So we'll pull it down and then continue on to the next stock, and then we'll wrap it up. SPRC, small loss. Attempted the first 1 minute candle to make the new high. We didn't quite get up there, and so I stopped up. But you can see it worked well over here. But still no follow through because we want to see the big green candles. Lastly, UUU. Well, actually, is this the one we just looked at there on the live? Well, no, it wasn't. UUU. The chartings look pretty similar, but yeah, this one curled up. You know, I believe it got halted. Let's check on E-Trade. E-Trade is pulled over to the other screen. Was this halted? Yes, it was. So UUU was halted up over here, and opened up, dipped down, and we can watch this on level 2 as well. Let's pull the level 2 back up. What time was this? This was around 9:46. Yeah, after this we'll wrap it up. Monday, Tuesday, maybe I bring out the Jedi robe. Tuesday must be a green day under all circumstances, by any means. Within the rules, of course, because we wouldn't go past the rules, but we got to try and get back on the green side of things. Even if it's a small green, they have $100, and then we just try to build. We got to get ourselves back on track, and then, we can start steamrolling. But not good that we're in $1,000 drawdown. It's so fast. You can be down these amounts. And we've been using pretty moderate size. So here we go. We're halted at 349. 3, 2, 1. The resumption is coming up. UUU. Here we go. It resumes lower. 25 on the bids. I'm not aggressive to buy it down there, and it does curl here. I'm going to attempt to break a 50. Oh, no, the hold of 50. The hold. Can we hold above 50? 45, 42. I'm in 46. It doesn't hold, and so I take a loss. But now, if we go back, there was an entry. Man, it's so funny to see myself lose on these trades when just a week ago I would approach it so differently. It's the caution right now that's messing with me. It opens up lower. Okay, it's a little weak, but what is Relentless Trader looking for here? Hold on, let me do something. This thing loves to act up. And did it freeze? Hold on, there we go. I want to use the pen, and it's not letting me, so I'm gonna just draw on the screen and kind of see if this forces it. Wrong thing there. There we go. I'm not sure why this is happening. Oh no, it forces itself out. Yeah. Anyhow, we resumed the 25. So there are some situations where if I'm being very aggressive, I'll buy. I'll pause the video at where I'd be buying. Right, so we opened 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. I would have already bought. But notice the spread. If I would have bought right here, what is the risk? What is the risk? Well, I'm gonna mark it in because that's what I do. I'll be in at 40. Unless there's a miracle fill, I'll be in at 40. If I'm in at 40, what happens if this flushes down? And with how this is looking, and the halts are usually so volatile, this can easily flush down here to 314, 310, 290, and then I'm down 50 cents. So I opt not to be aggressive to buy it immediately here. 30 by 38. This is another area where I could have been buying. And it goes through 50. I didn't even take the $0.50. So you guys are going to see twice. Again, it's this is the caution, the hesitation. When is Relentless Trader as a breakout trader not taking a $0.50, not taking a whole dollar setup? For example, today on Bed Bath, we tried break of two pretty confidently. It's the same concept. So, it's missed opportunities, missed trades. Even if I would have been, if I would have still saw the same red trades, at least we would have had some green trades to offset the loss. If I'm in at 48 and I'm out at 57, there's essentially 10 cents, right? 8 cents, 1,300 shares. Instead of being down 480, maybe we're down 120 on the day. It's a much more manageable day. So it's these small things like this that really makes a difference. And now that I try break, can we hold it above 50? I thought it was strong. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to hold it above 50, or let's say the range anywhere between 45, 44, and 50. It doesn't hold at all, so I'm in and out for a loss. It continues down to 31. I'm gonna give it another attempt here because 25 was our halt level, I believe. Did I even? We'll see. Let's watch. I can't remember. I might have waited for a breakdown and potential reclaim. So it held, okay, it held 25 right there. I should have been in already. You see, man, this is atrocious. This is atrocious trading. This is what's the word? Abysmal, mediocre. It came down to 25, which was our I said halt level, not halt level, but the resumption, the low of the resumption, and also VWAP. There's no reason I should not have been long at 30. It's already back at 45, which would have been a good 15-cent trade. There's 50, and look at me taking 50. Yep, this is ridiculous. This is absolute madness. Ladies and gentlemen, do not trade like this. This is too much caution and too much, you know, and then the stock sells off here. It does bounce back up, and so I thought it was going to do a bear trap, but that was not the case. And I'm going to get aggressive too when I think the bear trap is going to work. I started watching INZY right there a little bit. Let's fast forward. I might be confusing the two stocks. Did we curl back up? Oh yeah, we did. We did. All right, so we're gonna curl back up. So the last 1 minute candle to break out was at 309, and we got back above 325, which I thought was a decent area to watch out for. All right. So I'm gonna take on a pretty big position here. Let's see. So we're gonna get a small trade. We're in at 36. Let's see. I might have been a scratch trade. Okay, we're gonna get back in lower here because now I'm playing off of that 25 level again. All right. Giving it a couple of stabs. Feeling like I got a bit of a connection to it. Still using small size. And right here, it's going to pull back. So we're basically at 50 is how I'm looking at it. Okay, we had 47 for a high, which is basically 50. And now once this dips down with 25, I want to be in. 45. There's 33. Not quite 25, but close, right? So I'm in at 33, 34 area. And then I start to think I might be in too high. What if it pulls back to like 18 or so? So I'm going to cut this trade, and then I'm going to get back in lower. So watch this. It's 26. I'm a little too slow. I mark it in 33, which is basically the same price I was just in at, which is not good. Trying to get the lower entry. But okay, we'll keep watching. Can we see a more drastic pullback? Was it here where I added aggressively? It might have been here. So let's see. At this point, I thought it was holding well. It might have been here. I thought it was holding high. So instead of exactly 25, we're seeing a little higher hold. If not, it might have went down a little lower again. But let's give it some time and watch. It'll show itself. It's, you know, so what I'm after watching it this day, I got to do some more studying for yesterday. But looking back at this day, I'm the only reason why I'm red. Looking back at this is pretty poor. So it's subpar trading is what it is. I tell you, trading it's so easy to come off your groove. Like here we go, 25, 25, 26, 26. So I'm in, and I'm in at 34, man. What a high fill. But I still like it. I'm gonna add 1600, and now I'm gonna keep adding here. Every time it moves a little higher, I'm gonna keep adding in this area here. Waiting for confirmation, making sure it's holding. I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna add again. Right here, I was expecting it to break out. I'm very aggressive here because I'm expecting it to break out through 50 now in the next 30 seconds. I'm expecting a breakout through 50 because we held 26, which was the area we were holding the first time around. And this would have been a nice trade, but ultimately we should have already been very green to this point. I cut it because it wasn't going immediately. There's 25 again. Am I gonna get back in? I think I am. I should have already been back in with a tight stop right at 25. Yeah, a lot of scared trading is what I see here. We need a chicken audio to play on repeat. This is madness. You watch back at yourself. I always say this like a joke, but sometimes you want to go back and give yourself two slaps across the back of the head because it's all in the level two. It's all in the chart. This was here for the taking, and this is why it's good to study because when you study, you can see things much more clearly. So I attempt to trade there at 35, but it's getting stuffed at 40. Somebody's selling at 40. But at this point, the better entries at 25 are gone. There's now some more resistance. It's going to come back down one more time, break the lows, and then curl through 40. So there's 25 at the lows. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Because it's now so many times at 25, I get skeptical of 25 failing. It's going to hit it one more time, right? Or actually, we might have already... Did we have the high? No. Low there was 17. So it tried to trap right here, right? And this is where I took on that big position. This is where I could have also tried it, right? So watch this. We're at 37, 45. Actually, okay, no. So it was a false breakout. Okay, the attempt at the highs already happened. I couldn't tell because this uh green bubble is covering the topping wick. So yeah, at that point we kind of failed, and I think that was it. Yeah. So what I'm thinking of was this green candle here to try it again, the trade I was looking at. But yeah, as I mentioned, we came down to 25 so many times at that point, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to try it. The system is still bulletproof, but as always, but me, I am the factor that's messing everything up and making myself red. What I do is pretty difficult though. Like in terms of like, how do I word this properly? Trading itself, as we know, any type of trading is hard. And I have a system that I have to follow it to the T or else I'll be red. And so it's difficult when it comes to making sure every day I do the same exact thing to the same exact high level. It's like if I fall down and like right now, I wouldn't say I'm trading awfully, but you guys see I'm a little, trading a little timid, like, like a chicken. Um, it, if I'm to grade myself, it's like last week I'm trading at like a level of like a 90, an A an A, right? Right now it's like I feel like a B minus. And in dropping down up to a B minus, it's not good enough for me to be green. And some days it will be. Some days it is. Some days you trade at a C minus and you're still very green, which, does happen at times because the momentum is so plentiful and so strong and stocks are more forgiving with tighter spreads. But on stocks like this, I need to stop doing nonsense. Be patient, hit the bids with size where I need to, get out on the ask, and stop trading like some moron. All right. So that's where I'm gonna end it. Next week, watch next week. Hold, don't worry. But just to end it on a positive note. By the way, for those of you guys still watching to this point, type Trident down below so I know who the real OGs are. This is the thing with me, right? So being that I'm seeing this, watch next week. Just mark my words, on Tuesday and the rest of next week, this nonsense will not happen. All right, guys? This is where Relentless Trader is going to end it. A nice long Friday night recap. That way we can study from this and showing all the archives because there's nothing to hide here, right? You guys know I am the most transparent trader on YouTube. I'm going to exit out my platforms now. It's about that time we get out of here and shut everything down and take the day in a much different direction. We worked all day today. We worked all day. I'm now coming back to see the charts and stuff. So yeah, guys, you know, stay strong, and keep grinding, keep working, and of course, I'm thinking of a good way to end this. Goodbye, goodbye. All right, yeah. I don't have any Star Wars parallels to end this. Can't think of one right now. All right, catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay green. All right, hit the thumbs up.